I was looking for a knife to put on my moccasins, like I could wear on my moccasins, which are just these soft sole moccasins, right? And I was like, I was going to put an Italian switchblade on it, and I says, well, wait a minute, these are kind of heavy. They're not really heavy, but for moccasins, they're lightweight as all hell. But I was thinking, well, these are cool lever-lettos. I like these because when you fold this down, you can't release it, but it's, they're good, and they're just cool, And I have this, something like this would be cool, but it's a heavy knife. It's pretty thick. It's Damascus steel. I don't know where the hell it was. Probably a Pakistani knife or something. It's not really Damascus. It's welded steel, right? But it's a nice knife. And I was thinking something like this isn't that much money. And this was Taiwanese knife tech. But what I wound up doing, I says, compared to the weight of the moccasin, I have on all my boots, I made leather sheaths for them. So like on my boots, on the boot top, I can slide this in here, even if it doesn't have one of these on here, clip. I have it like with the Italian Frank Beltrami switchblade, where it locks right in there, right? I made a little leather sheath for it on the top of the boots. But compared to boots, these don't weigh that much. I mean, just like they're real lightweight. But compared to moccasins, you'd really notice this is on your foot. And I just don't think the moccasins, they're so, flappy and stuff, it's one piece of leather. So what I did was I put this on here. This is a $2.53 knife, which is awesome. See, that's all it is. It's plastic. It's got a flipper, right? So it opens up pretty quick. And even though it's plastic, it's thick. It's a, what do you call that type again? I forget what the hell kind of lock you call that again. It's a cheapo kind of lock. I don't really like these kind of locks, but it does sit right smack in the middle of the blade, so it locks the blade in place. It's got a clip on it, but the weight on this knife is literally less than half of any one of those three. So it's a Ridge Runner Bud K, but it has a serrated edge, which I like because you're trying to cut what do you call it, zip ties, nylon zip ties, or even rope sometimes. Rope will cut a lot easier with this. And also, if you want to strip some insulation off the wires, it helps a lot with, if you have these, because that little rounded surface, that little rounded U, fits around the wire a lot nicer than trying to do it with take the insulation off with the straight blade. So, and there's a lot of things this thing cuts better than the straight blade. I pretty much always get knives with serrated edges if I can. This one doesn't have one. Okay. You'll be surprised. The serrated edge is very handy, but the weight on that knife is like nothing. And that's why it works very good with the, for the moccasins, because the moccasins are so lightweight. I mean, I don't know, I don't have a scale here, but even this knife is a lot heavier than this knife. And the other thing is, you don't want to lose a Build-A-Chevis lever-letto off your moccasins or something, which doesn't have a clip. You don't want to lose that off your moccasins versus possibly losing a $2.53 knife. But with this clip, in other words, with this clip combined with the lightweight of this knife, it's really holding it in there really good. So it's like I can't tell these are on my moccasins. So it's a liner lock. That's what I was thinking. Liner lock. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's a liner lock. But sometimes these liner locks, with these cheap Chinese knives, they don't sit right in the middle. But this one does. So maybe they're all like that. Oh, look who's down here, my little friend. What are you doing, cat? She comes outside once in a while. She gives my boys a break. She's a female cat. And she's a little, I don't know what, friendly with me, but no other cat, right? Amazing. Anyway. You a Russian princess too? Is that what you are? You a Russian princess? Anyway. Anyway, that's for $2.53. I mean, maybe I'm putting this out as a moccasin knife video, but it's so lightweight that even if you had this in your pocket or clipped on your belt, you'd never know it was there. It's not. I mean, you know, on YouTube they got these survival knives and all this crap like that. I mean, I got a knife from Walmart that was like, I don't know, $5 or something. It was a Remington, I think. Remington or a Winchester. I think it was a Winchester, maybe. And I used the hell out of it for mechanic work. It's still good. I mean, I don't like try to use it as a major pry bar or something. But, you know, even stuff like this, you know, as long as the screws don't come loose on it, just check these screws once in a while, put some Loctite on there. This $2.53 knife, you can use it for decades, you know, as long as you're not you're not using it beyond its capability, so don't, you know, think it's stupid. And you know, the thing is, it's like, for $2.53, are you afraid of losing it? But it's so damn lightweight that you don't even know it's there. I mean, it's much lighter than a set of car keys, that's for sure. So it's this one's a fairly heavy one. Even this one, that's pretty light, is a lot heavier than this one. So, because it's got metal in it, it's got bone in it and stuff. This is just plastic, but it's so thick plastic that it's, I mean, yeah, I mean, I could hammer this into a tree or something and then try to step on it, and you'll break the end off. I know this, but, you know, just realize what it is. It's still going to work for you for what it is, what it's cost. And I know it's made in China, but, you know, for $2.53, you're sure not giving them a lot of money, you know. And I think in the future, I'm telling you right now, I don't think in a lot of these deals, I get a lot of made in USA stuff, but there's a limit, you know. And I'm thinking that in the future, I mean, I got K-bars made in the USA and stuff, and various tools made in the USA. Armstrong, back when they were made in USA, still made in USA. But it's a matter of, I don't think the exchange rate is going to stay the same with China for very long. You know, it's just my opinion, but all this stuff made in China is going to probably go up exponentially in price. And if it's something you can use for many years, as long as, like this, I know it's not a great knife, but if you don't abuse it, it'll last you many years. Like I said, I think it's a Winchester. My Winchester knife that's sort of like this from, it was a Wally World $5 special. I've had that probably 15 years now. I use it for my mechanic work left and right. And I just sharpen it with a pull-through sharpener. Nothing special. So you know, it wears it out, but, well, it's 15 years old, and I use it to clean battery terminals with and all this other garbage. So, you know. You know what I'm saying? You know? I mean, the GQ garbage where, you know, I'm going to put this knife to the torture test, and what do you do in a survival situation, is kind of stupid in a lot of ways. And there are knives that are made for that, but most people don't really need that for everyday carry, or just, you know, as a beater knife. And that's usually what most people need, is a beater knife, you know, like we call it, something where you're not going to, you know, if you're going to take a knife out, and it's the only knife you got, and it's a survival situation, you can only take 20 pounds of weight with you, so you got to have the best flashlight, you got to have the best fire starting equipment, and you got to have the best knife, the best axe. Yeah, you don't want the cheap stuff, but that's usually not the case with the everyday people, right? So $2.53, and it works great for, I can wear these on the moccasins, and it's so light, I don't even know they're there. So I always like having, whatever footwear I wear, I always have a knife on it. And that includes the soft sole moccasins too.